Hey guys and girls, this is Connor on Connor's Retribution Analysis. And today we have Spread the Net. I've got my Kaelyssa, double Tridents, double Sentinels, and Helios list. And up against me is Arkadius. And this is going to look really, really scary because it is really scary. It's got Rorschach Brine, Wrong Eye and Snapjaw, 3 Warhogs, a Battle Boar, a Wrastler that's on Mire, and a Meat Thresher. And so I was looking across at this and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like 6 heavies and a meat thresher. Holy crap. All under Arkadius with all the tools and Rorschach Brine and Wrong Eye and Snapjaw and Starcrossed and Mire and Rage being all over the place. And I was like, all right, whatever. Let's see how this works. And then my opponent realizes it's an illegal list and he's combined 3 different lists that he made. And that and then he just starts pulling models off the table as he realizes that it's not actually a legal list. Like Wrong Eye and Snapjaw aren't in the list, and Rorschach Brine aren't in the list, and that just makes it so much more doable. Yeah. So I get to go first. Plan is to get Eiryss on that flag and just kind of get up the board and kind of be threatening. I put Sprint on the Trident and I put Blur on the Helios. And part of the thought on the setup is that I expect one Warhog to almost kill Helios. If the Meat Thresher gets a whole bunch of volume fire shots in on Helios before the Warhog goes in, it'll just take out Helios, and yeah, that'll be really, really bad. So hopefully with Blur, Force Barrier, and Poltergeist up being defense 17, the Meat Thresher won't be able to get to pull those hits off on it and chip damage it. So in theory, when I'm looking at this match, he goes really far. I have a feat that somewhat stifles him. Not really, though, because there's all kinds of jank to work around my no-charge stealth feat. So this really feels like a positioning scenario game that's going to be over pretty quick because everything in my list kills everything in his list, and everything in his list kills everything in my list. So stuff should really happen really quickly. But enough of my random chit-chat. Let's begin. I got up the board. And Kaelyssa is there in the pile. I made sure to leave a clear path for her to go that way. I feel pretty good about the deployment. I like where the positioning is. I like how everything is going. So he just gets everything up the board and doesn't measure out threat ranges or anything and just kind of puts stuff out there. So my goal into this turn is to try and give him a partial feat and just pull some stuff in. Because there's these 3 Valkyries right here guarding Arkadius. And both of us completely forgot. And this is really bad. But the first part of my plan is Helios is going to go up. And he's going to pull this hog right here over into the Sentinels. And the Sentinels is going to kill it. Then this Trident is going to run over here and it's going to contest that zone and be out of 17 of this Warhog over here. And this Trident is going to come up and try and get some solid damage into one of the Warhogs. So that whole plan should have fallen apart when these Valkyries started shield guarding for this Warhog right here and maybe right there. I don't know. He had the tools to deny me, however, did not realize it, did not see it coming. Helios walked up to right about here, boosted to hit, and pulled a 3 inches, and then pulled another 3 inches, and then pulled another 3 inches. And my Sentinels, I decided 6 was the right number. I thought like 4 or 5 could kill it, but I wanted to put in some redundancy. And my plan is to give him those Sentinels and Helios, and that's about it. Nothing else. So, Sentinels go in. The first 3 Sentinels do crazy damage to it and end up killing the Warhog. And the other 3 Sentinels, or other 2 or 3 Sentinels sit there like, well, that's cool. We came for moral support. And they just kind of hang out in their little circle. This unit of Sentinels chills out behind the wall right here. And I run one of the Sentinels up to be in the way of the Meat Thresher, so I for sure get vengeance. Because he's going to want to score that flag, since he's going to want to score that flag. I mean, maybe he doesn't, but I really think he does, so Yep. Eiryss has two choices for this turn since his Totem Hunter prayed Eiryss. And that is sit on the flag here and shoot Feral Gheist and then get jumped on by the Totem Hunter and maybe die. Or she can back up to right about here, shoot down the Feral Gheist, get rid of a frenzy target, and not score the flag, but live. I choose that option because that's pretty much the Totem Hunter's job right now is to contest scenario and try and kill Eiryss. So I also don't have a solo that can go over and score that flag. So I put her back. And yeah, and then this Trident over here walks up to right here and starts putting shots into a Warhog. And I think it actually kills one of the Warhogs. Yeah. No, it does. I remember this right now. Dice go pretty dang good, and it kills a Warhog and then sprints back to right about here. I wasn't expecting to, but it just sort of worked out that way. And here's how the turn finished up. I'm set to contest. I'm trying to establish the triple threat, and also Kaelyssa obviously feeded and is kind of staying back. I'm trying to establish a triple threat type of situation where... Oh, yeah, that's right. No, I shot the crap out of one of the Warhogs over here, and then Kaelyssa walked up and shot it the rest of the way dead, and then refuged back. Yep. That sounds about right. I'm trying to establish a triple threat where I can threaten assassination, threaten scenario, and threaten attrition. I just did the attrition threat. So now I'm trying to threaten scenario where I potentially have this. I can contest here. I'm really strongly contesting there, and probably, honestly, next turn the Trident can clear this whole zone out. Eiryss can easily walk onto that flag. I'm setting myself out to close the game because every turn that goes by against Arkadius is a chance to just die. And my opponent is a really good assassination player. So, his turn. Warhog got rage, frenzied into the Feral Gheist. Battle Boar frenzies into the Feral Gheist. Battle Boar walks into the pile of Sentinels and goes Dawnmower. Smiley face. And then Lawnmower, not Dawnmower. That's a Dawnmower. And then this Warhog with rage and all the goodies and forced evolution walks into Helios and kills Helios. Pretty average dice. Rage is pretty big. Yeah. Did aggression dial for strength and just, yeah, took down Helios. This, I can't remember what it is, but it's one of their solos. Charges the Sentinel, kills the Sentinel. Meat Thresher charges these Sentinels that are right here behind this wall, hits and kills one of them, and then puts shots on other Sentinels but doesn't do any damage. I don't think that was the greatest play because now I'm getting a Meat Thresher and a Warhog, where that Meat Thresher could have been held back to, say, basically with his Roadhog right here. I'll show you what I'm thinking. It was bad odds of him getting any damage done. Getting the Meat Thresher back behind here, and basically I need to get rid of the Warhog before I can get to it. So then it just has a chance to mow down Sentinels. It's kind of a mute point at this point because the board is set up in a spot position that's very favorable for me. Not getting the shield guards against Helios was a pretty big deal. I can't believe I missed that. And I'm really surprised he missed that too, because that would have just shut this whole thing down. Yeah. Also, Wrastler needed to be way farther up so it could actually contribute, because I'm just going to reposition out of its range every turn from now on. Vengeance attacks over here, just get my Sentinels up the board. Vengeance attacks over here, about half health the Dawnmower, or the Meat Thresher. I'll stop saying Dawnmower, I promise. Bear with me. And then these Sentinels do a little bit of damage on the Warhog. That's my Vengeance attacks. This turn, I just start on the left-hand side because it's really straightforward and easy to do. Eiryss walks up into the flag, and why not? Let's take a shot at Gobber Chef. He hits it. Cool. Trident charges the Totem Hunter, boost to hit, slams it, and then shoots it to death. And then boost to hit and shoots to death the dude that's in the trench. Can't remember his name either. And then Eiryss shoots down the chef. So while I was doing that, I was thinking about my play over here. I feel like the most important thing is that the meat thresher has to die, so it doesn't just mulch through all my Sentinels. So that being said, I prioritize attacks on it and set up my charge lanes so that maybe I kill the Warhog, but I definitely have the damage to kill the meat thresher. Also, this unit has crippling grasp, and I do a misplay. This unit of crippling grasp Sentinels charges the Warhog and the meat thresher first, when Kaelyssa should have activated, shot off Forced Evolution, and shot off the crippling grasp. So that way they'd be getting more damage through on that hog and also be more likely to hit. So Battleboard and meat thresher both pretty much just die to Sentinels. So now, while I was doing that, I was thinking about the Trident. The Trident has the backup purpose of either finishing off the Warhog and the Battleboard, and if I'm content with that situation, it has the redundancy of going in and trying to kill Arkadius. It's kind of a bonus assassination run. I feel like scenario play is the much safer move. But yeah, with those 3 shield guards there, I don't want to go for a Kaelyssa assassination. And I mean, maybe I could, but I just feel so confident in the other way I was playing. I'm not looking at assassination as a primary win condition very often anymore. This is a bonus run. Charge this Valkyrie right here. Idea is to slam it into Arkadius. I boost to hit the slam, and I miss with a 6 needing a 7. If it had gone slammed into Arkadius, I just start rolling up some shots and put as many shots as I can into Arkadius. Getting rid of this Valkyrie and knocking it down means there's only 2 shield guards, and he has nothing to transfer to since this Warhog is all filled up and that battle board died. And the idea is maybe I just kill him. His defense, I need 8s to hit, so I'll probably be boosting to hit some of them, and maybe I don't roll very many shots. I don't know. Anyhow, I missed the slam, so I just decide to shoot the much easier to hit Valkyries, and I end up shooting them all off the board with my very last shot. So, scenario, it is set up like this. I scored right here. I scored right here. And I believe that is it. Oh, and I ran Kaelyssa back to there. I tried to shoot the Feral Gheist. No, I did that thing where I shot my Sentinel, and I also shot that. So I don't want to get assassinated, so Kaelyssa, just get way back there, be safe. That's my lose condition right now, is assassination, and that's his win condition. So absolutely have to get back there and safe. He looks at the board state, he sees the 2 Tridents, he sees the whole mess of Sentinels, does some math that the Warhog can not really go anywhere because it's swarming in Sentinels, so it has to kill the Sentinels that are around it since it'll die from free strikes if it wants to go over to the Trident. He doesn't see any way he can survive or win or get to another turn. I also forgot to reposition this Trident out of range of the wrastler, so the wrastler probably could have come in and killed the Trident, but just didn't want to continue playing things out, I guess. And also I ran this Arcanist who no longer has any warjacks to within that flag. Wish we had remembered the Valkyries. The board state would be very different at this point right now. It would have been a completely different game. But we're both doing good on clock. And yeah. I guess I don't really have much else to say about this. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a great, fabulous day.